No, they still didn't.
They didn't publish in the paper
What the exact date it was?
Oh, it was on.
that they passed away. I know what they found them, but I
Well,
wasn't sure.
according to Bruce Nowaznik, in my conversation with Bruce, Mr. Conley passed away on Friday of last week. What was the date?
Friday would have been the 13th. No,
No.
20th. The 20th.
The 20th. Yeah, they found him on Saturday, the 21st.
The 20th.
A neighbor came by and discovered him, and then they sent the fire department, from what was explained to me by Bruce.
Anyway, so they just said passed away with natural causes. Nothing really done yet, and they're having a closed service on Friday, from what I hear. Cindy, who works here, is checking to see if supervisors can stop down and give condolences and stuff like that to the family. So we don't know that yet. She's supposed to find out today, and I'll let everybody know ahead of time if they want to stop down. But what we're here for today is the replacement of Mr. Conley. By Class 2, we have to advertise and foremention people that we want to take the place, and then we do a vote. And that's where we're at this point. Okay? Any questions out there? Understand? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Butch, what do you think?
Well, I don't know where to start. I feel that we should just give it to someone average in the township that qualifies for it. I mean, some of us maybe thought that we should give it to a person that had run, or persons who had run for supervisor. I don't feel that's a good thing, because I think it makes us look like we're sort of picking who we want. I think we should just pick. It's for 6 months, correct, or 7 at the most? 6 weeks, 6 meetings, 7.
6 meetings.
6 meetings,
Right.
roughly.
7.
Well,
Because you
maybe
got to
7.
remember in December you have 2.
Okay.
You know.
Possibly 7, right?
Or if we would go with the previous supervisor, if we decided on that, or whatever. If someone wants to make a motion of who we feel that we might want, that's fine with me.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
All right.
Anything else?
No, I figure I'll take a second. What I'm looking at is, Butch and I had conversations, and two a little bit opposite views on it. What I was looking at is, I'm going with the public and the highest vote taker taking the position. Is how I was looking at it. I'm a Democrat, and actually the person who took the highest votes was actually a Republican. So I'm just doing what the numbers are in front of me at this time. The discussion was there were 3 people on that and only 1 in R. But when I ran, I had 3 Ds and 2 Rs, and my numbers actually accumulated them all together, and I still won. So to me, I'm going by what the voters want, and that would be Sal over here. And that's my personal opinion, nothing to do with the other supervisors. So that's where I'm coming from. Judy?
I know when Mr. Behrens died, Josiah died, we went to the family and we asked somebody in the family if they would take the position. And that's how Mr. J. Behrens got on the board at that time. I didn't know if anybody thought about the family, or should we just go back to where we have well, we really do have 5 living past supervisors, but I know 1 probably wouldn't take it at all. That would be Mr. Firestein, because his health isn't great. But you still have Josiah Barnes, you have Kenny Bond, you have Walter Hunsicker, and you also have Chris Frau. Also in the past, too, you can think about the people that ran for the position that didn't make it. There's Mr. Floyd Day that ran. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I'm going to mention everybody. I know people.
You'll probably miss somebody, so won't
You
pick
know,
on them.
because
Yes.
there's
There's a lot.
There's an independent that ran. Mr. Royer ran as an independent. There's so many that have run, you know. But I think if we put somebody that is on the ballot now, it looks like we are backing this person to win. And that, I think, would be more or less a conflict on our part. Whether it's Sal or Mrs. Fazio, whoever, I think we should just let the people vote their opinion at that time. You know, that's my personal opinion. because I think, it would show like we're doing like favoritism more or less, and that we are backing that person to get into the position, and I don't think we should do that. I mean, I think the people should have their own say of who they want in come November election, and then let that person go. I don't think, no offense to you, Mr. Sal, or Mrs. Fozzie, but I think that's the way we should go. We should just let them fight it out in the polls. That's only my opinion. You asked for it, and that's how I felt.
I knew you'd have a lot for me. For example, was Jay, when Jay ran for his grandfather, correct?
Father.
Father. Oh, was his dad?
Yeah, that was his dad. I served with his dad.
Oh,
His dad.
Son was his dad.
That was his father.
Okay.
Originally, the grandfather also.
Yeah, the grandfather was one
That's
of
what
the...
I'm thinking.
I didn't know him.
Oh, he took over for his dad. I thought he took over for his grandfather.
No, he took over for his father.
Okay,
His
because I
father
went
had
over.
a massive heart attack and died in office.
Okay, because I wasn't there for those elections. I thought it was the grandfather.
The same way when Mr. Scarpati passed away, we appointed a past supervisor, which was Mr. Bond, in his position till it was time for re-election, and then, they felt it that way then.
Kenny wants himself.
You're right.
Okay. Okay, are you gonna come up with
And
it?
isn't Mr. Bonds on the planning commission?
No, he just resigned.
He just resigned.
Oh, sorry,
That
I
was
take
Todd
that back.
Smith who
Todd
resigned.
Smith. Todd Smith, I take that back.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
week.
It
You
doesn't
got a letter.
matter because this is an
Right.
elected position. Planning commission is a appointed position.
Right.
You cannot hold two voting
Position.
positions.
But appointed you can.
Appointed,
You can be
you can
elected.
have appointed and
Right.
elected, but you can't hold two elected.
I don't know.
I was thinking, because Mr. Bonds was on the planning commission, you might be a good candidate.
No,
You
but
know what I mean? The
Right.
point, you know what I mean? He has some experience.
I don't think Kenny'd be interested really with his new job that he has.
Right.
I doubt it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. The gentleman behind it, his name came up, but we know he doesn't want that job.
Okay.
Or do you? That was one of the names that came up. So
Well,
Right.
let's do this. Let's just pick a couple people and take a vote and see.
well, you did ask Mr. Katz for his
Oh,
opinion yet.
sorry.
I woke up this morning, okay,
That was a good thing.
and I thought about this, pretty much in depth last night. And when I woke up this morning, I thought the best person for this job would have been Keith Knappenberger. And where I really truly like Nappy, and I gave it some thought, and I thought to myself, Keith is a really nice guy. And then I reflected back to the primary, and myself, as far as the Democratic Party was concerned, my true support was with Christine Fazio. And I'll tell you why I support Christine Fazio is because Christine Fazio is forward-thinking, and I truly believe Christine Fazio would not be the type of person to reminisce, and this is the way we've been doing things in Penn Forest Township for the last 20 years, because guess what? We've been doing a lot of things in this township dead wrong for the last 20 years. I think if Christine Fazio got elected, she would vote my way, because I think Christine Fazio is forward-thinking.
She's very experienced in that.
However, I have to think in detail, and there's also Mr. Baldessano back there. Although he don't have any hair, maybe he looks a little funny. When you weigh the two people, and I thought about Mrs. Fazio, she has a social service background, and that just tells me she's a bleeding heart liberal. So I don't think she'll vote the right way. So she's done. I'm gonna have to go along with you, and my choice is going to be Sal Baldessano. And the reason why my choice is Sal, because Sal's a business person, okay? And Sal understands dollars and cents. He runs a successful business. And he's level-headed. That's who I'm going to recommend. So at this point, if there's no more discussion, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Mr. Bull DeSanto as supervisor. Do I have a second, Mr. Montemero?
I can second that. And all in favor?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay, at this point, Mr. Montemero, I think it would be,
Well, wait a minute, I wanna get names first. Who
Okay.
do you think?
2 and 2.
No.
I threw names out there.
No, but who would you pick, is what I'm saying?
I mean, I personally don't think it should be anybody that's running for office, that's my personal opinion.
Okay, but if they're voting
You know?
for somebody, who would you pick?
We have till June the 19th, we still have a meeting coming June the 6th, I mean,
I think we should get over with today because at this point, what I would recommend is that we empower the vacancy board and we schedule a hearing at the vacancy board. And when this goes to the vacancy board, as you know, under the second class township code, Article 407, the chairman of the vacancy board, I believe, is Mr. Gibbons. Mr. Gibbons will be the tiebreaker there. So, unless you'd like to convene a vacancy board, Mrs. Knappenberger, we can get
I
this over.
understand it, Mr. Katz, this isn't the first time I went through it.
Okay, well,
This is the third time I'm going through this, Mr. Katz.
I'm telling you where we're going with this, and Mr. Paul DeSanto is going to be the end result of the vacancy board, I assure you.
Did you have a name?
How can you say what the vacancy board's gonna do, Mr. Katz?
Oh, I can't say what anybody's
But
gonna
you're
do.
you're just saying that
But-
the
put it-
ruling for
put-
the
put-
vacancy board is
put it-
Mr. Belisano.
Put it this way, I'm gonna raise a stink until I get my way like I normally do.
Alright, calm down. Now,
May,
what names do you have?
may I speak, sir?
In 1 second, I have to get names first.
Okay.
We have to go, I have to have names on,
I threw the 4 names out there, plus I said about his family, that's 5 different people,
his family.
you know?
Okay. You're saying the family no?
I doubt it too, but I'm just saying, that's how we did it before. And then you have the 4 previous other supervisors.
Right. Alright, so you're going with previous, I'm gonna put down previous supervisors.
Right. I
Okay.
told you, Josiah Barnes, Kenny Bond, Walter Hunsiker,
See, I wouldn't do him. In fact,
Chris
he
Rao?
ran me through, but.
Chris Rao,
Walter sat here for years and slept.
and, I mean, I even mentioned Floyd Day's name.
No, what do you think about Floyd? Would he,
Well, I don't think, believe me,
I'm just
as
trying
I
to think
said
of
in the
people.
beginning, and Alan started out the same way. I'm not, it's just, the only thing I said, I just about vote for anyone. I just don't like that we're getting into the politics part of people that run. That's the only, if you recommended Fazio, I would say no for that one too. That's just my bad feeling I got. I don't think we should bring those people into this thing. Let the public take the vote. You said before vote and brought yourself into it. When I run both times, I had more votes than anyone else too. But it doesn't make any difference to me. I don't want that part even recommended. I just feel we should get someone else, and when November comes, let this gentleman and Christine battle it out for the position. For this next 6 months, I think whoever we put in here can fill the job. It's not a major thing. I mean, that's my own feeling. And if he'd have said Fazio, I would have said no to her too. And I just want that understanding with everybody that's here. And nothing against you, and nothing against Fazio.
It's all good.
I don't care who wins, but let the public make that decision.
Well, I think whoever gets in, I want them to be business-minded, not idiot-minded like we've had on the past in this board. I mean,
As I said this morning, excuse me, I don't, you know me, very little. And the same with me, I don't know, and I don't know Christine Fazio more than, I met her 2 times. I mean, that's about what I met you. That's not the point that I'm using. I just want everybody to understand.
See, what I'm
I
looking
just-
for is somebody business-minded, forward-thinking, not backward-thinking. It's like we've came in the last year, light years from where we were, and we got a long ways to go. And now that this seat's open, I don't wanna see just anybody in this seat. I wanna see somebody forward-thinking who's not gonna constrain what have been doing and not put us 3 steps backward. So that's why.
But the only way to do that is put somebody in here who's not related to anybody, so you don't have any personal feelings involved.
Well, to put something in here that's related to somebody was just stupidity. Like, who ran this township in the past? The builders? John Wargo? I mean, who did John Wargo put in there? Cy Behrens? Why was Cy Behrens in there? Because he was looking out for John Wargo's interest. Who has the bank? John Wargo. God bless him, he's dead. But, you know, this township has been crooked since day one.
Well, when you say that, and I sort of agree.
You know where I'm coming
with
from.
where you're coming from there. Okay, go to Chris Rao. You think he was here for anything to do for himself?
No,
he wasn't.
No, actually, I like Chris.
Okay, and
I like
Chris
Chris.
is a level-headed guy. He's had his punishment from the township, and you never come in here, hear him crying or carrying on. He tries to beat it out, but I mean, he's a businessman and he's level-headed. I think anybody you dealt with him, you dealt with him. I've done it. She has. I mean, let's try Chris Rao.
Well, I think he had his chance in the past, and you know.
Well, I think he would take it as a temporary thing, and he would not want to be a supervisor anymore. I mean, he would come here to finish the term out.
He thought things through, too, and
What's
he
up,
voiced
Matt?
his opinion and things.
Okay. You're also leaving Ray out, and you're leaving myself out.
Ray, I wouldn't put on this board if he was the last resident in Penn Forest Township. Ray is not going to get elected, I can assure you that.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
you
You're
can
leaving
forget
myself
Ray.
out. You're leaving myself out too. I believe that the voters should decide. All I see is
What do you
partisan
do in November?
politics between the
In
Republicans and
November,
the Democrats.
The voters will decide.
Yeah, the
Right
voters
now-
might vote
right now, this is-
Libertarian,
this
they
is
might
our
vote,
call.
they might vote independent.
This is our call right now. This is the way the second-class township
I agree with
code,
Judy, sir.
Article 407 sets this up.
I agree with Judy, sir.
Well, you could agree with anybody
As a
you want,
taxpayer,
sir.
I have a right to voice my opinion.
Yes,
sir.
and I have a right to voice mine
But
to you.
Matt, for the record, I'm a D, he's an R. So we're 2 different parties. I'm not
Yeah, I see the one-headed or two-headed in one system. I see Republican versus Democrat. There's an independent and there is a libertarian in this race too. Don't forget us.
Well, I wouldn't put yourself in the same category.
And
as,
I also
as
ran a
Mr.
business,
Hart.
sir.
I would keep yourself divorced.
I understand that, but to be all fair, no offense. You know, to be offense, let the voters decide. This should be appointed. It shouldn't have nothing to do with politics.
It doesn't work that way.
But in November,
In
they will
November, the
decide.
voters will decide.
This is only
For
a
now, we're
part-time,
going to decide.
Right.
just part-time for now, and then the
I understand
November
that,
full-time.
but it does look like you're endorsing somebody. I'm sorry. You know,
Can I make a motion?
You can make-
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Chris Rao, and I haven't even thought about that just now, because I think I don't even know if he's Republican or
I don't
not.
even know what
Tell
he
you
is
the
either.
truth. I have no idea, but I think he's a business type man. He's had a lot of problems in the township, and he's never caused us really a problem.
Or in- right?
Are you?
That's what I'm putting down. You gonna come up with one yet, or you wanna just leave it the way you got it?
Is there a second?
There's a second.
No, second it.
Okay.
I'm staying with Sal.
Who's gonna say Chris? Alright, for right now, I'm gonna stay with Sal, but I don't know Chris well enough to appoint Chris or even think of Chris. I mean, I got time yet, so I think I should
Well,
sit
I'd like
down.
to make a motion to convene the vacancy board.
Well, you have to, but it has to be 30 days.
Okay.
You have to wait by law, 30 days.
I don't
How
believe we
about
do.
Keith?
Huh?
You want to give Keith a shot? See if there-
Well, as I said, you know, I thought about this all afternoon. I just don't think Keith is responsible. I'm going to stay with Sal, Butch.
Okay, no, I'm just, all right.
And I think Sal will be able to fill out the rest of Harry's term and do a good job.
How would we contact Chris? More like
I just seen him going home. I just seen Chris going home.
2038?
I think that's what.
2038?
Yeah, 325-238.
3028 for sure. Like I said, I don't know, I know Chris from out in the public, but I don't know him. That's his, where he's, what he's thinking of or what he's doing. Yeah, 401.
401
I can't read that.
9533.
So, no offense. No offense taken,
Okay.
it's all good.
Thanks.
Yeah, is Tom available?
Alright.
How long do you think it will be?
Anyway, it's,
Okay, well,
428,
this is Alan, we're in
and,
township.
by the class 2 township ruling
Alan
is,
Katz, 325.
we can have a lot more meetings,
2768. Well, this phone rang
but
or
we
the
need,
answering
we need
machine
one
pick
public
up?
meeting, which is what we're having, and then from here on
Oh,
in,
is
Board
your
of Supervisors
cell
can
on?
no, it's off, it's in the
Oh.
back.
Have him call my cell,
Um,
610-390-1998. No, the answering machine won't pick up. 610-390-1998. Yes, sir, ma'am. Thank you, hon. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I just want a clarification whether or not this has to
No,
wait 30
no, I
days.
talked to PSATs and.
I don't think it does because I haven't found any case law on it, but by the end of the night, I'm sure I'll come up with some case law letting you know that this don't have to wait 30 days.
Okay, I'm pretty sure, I talked to him.
I will shepherd on
You're saying it doesn't, sir? Huh?
I personally don't think it does, but that's, I don't know what the ruling is. I was told it has to be settled before 30 days, or after that, it can possibly go to.
Because I think we're in a stalemate here. I'm not gonna change my
Wait,
mind.
let me finish. What's this now?
Get a hold of PSAP,
Right.
get the exact ruling on the exact question. I think it has to be settled before 30 days, or at that point, somebody can petition the court
Yeah.
and have the court settle.
And the court has 15 days in which after 30 days is
I
settled.
think you're wrong on
Yeah.
your thinking.
Yeah, you see, I think you're wrong in your thinking. Because I think right now that if we don't,
PSAT's number.
But nothing has to be done at this point.
if we're deadlocked, I think we could summon the vacancy board immediately. I don't see, we're in the statute. The statute states, because I read 407 very thoroughly, and it don't state that it has to go the 30 days before we convene the vacancy
Yeah.
board.
One term. Because then you got a job and then you couldn't do it all. Because at that time they were running 2 nursing homes. The one at the end of my road and then the one down in Palmerton. We had one down in Palmerton. So it was getting too much for
Put 'em on
us, running
speaker.
back and forth.
I want to ask a question. Put it on speaker.
Sometimes they are. That's what I'm saying. I've got them late already. 9730. So, that's the facts.
It's 4:30 when they're still there.
Usually they are.
You think they're doing?
Yes, my name's Paul Machimuro from Penn Forest Township. Can I have Corey from the... Paul? Thank you. How do you work this?
I don't have no glasses on.
Put speaker?
Put on press speaker.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna leave it here, but I figure hang it up and hang it up. No, ma'am, I'd like to...
Is Melissa or anybody in the legal department available to answer a question?
Thank you.
Well, that's section 407, the one I emailed you, if you ever read that.
No.
Hey Melissa, Alan Katz, Penn Forest Township. How are you doing?
Good, how are you doing today?
Good. Question for you. Are you familiar with section 407 of second class township code?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Let me give you a scenario. I got you on speaker. We are in a board meeting at the moment.
Advertised.
Advertised. And one of our supervisors has become deceased. And we are kind of in a deadlock. We're a 2-to-2 situation on who we want to put in. Now, in reading section 407, section 407 states that if the board can't decide in 30 days, well, the vacancy board will have to be convened and a decision should be reached there. My question to you is, in reading the statute, it's not really clear as to whether or not we have to wait the 30 days. Since we're deadlocked now, what I'd like to do is convene the vacancy board.
You actually have to wait for 30 days. The vacancy board cannot be convened until the 31st day.
Correct.
So we have to wait till the 31st day.
Correct.
Is there any case law that supports that anywhere?
I mean, it's not something that would have gotten to the Commonwealth level. There could potentially be Court of Common Pleas cases on the county level. I'm not aware of anything that's gotten to the statewide level on this.
Okay, because the reason why I'm questioning it is in the statute, I don't see where it states that you specifically have to wait the 30 days. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, it gives the board 30 days
Right.
to fulfill it. So it doesn't give you any authority to,
Push it forward.
right, basically when you look at that, you have to make an appointment within 30 days.
Yeah, see, that's the way I read that you have to make an appointment within 30 days, but if you can't reach a decision, I didn't see the this.
Basically, if you can't reach a decision or you fail to reach a decision, which is essentially the same thing, then your vacancy board has the next 15 days.
Okay.
A total of 45 days. So basically, you being deadlocked is the same as you failing to reach a decision.
Right. So then the vacancy board takes over from that point on.
Right, that is correct. For the next 15 days. And if the vacancy board chair can't make a decision, then after that, it goes to the court.
Okay, so the court takes over after 15 days. So in 46 days, it's pretty much going to the court.
Right. Yep, on the 46th day, you can take it to the court.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay. So basically,
We'll see how it goes. We have to wait, no matter what you're waiting.
we're waiting, no matter what, so let's adjourn this meeting and, we'll wait the 30 days and then we'll convene the vacancy board and let the tiebreaker, the vacancy board, make the decision.
But do you see what the vacancy board consists of? It's still the board of supervisors plus the one person that was
Correct.
put in its
Exactly.
place.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
So,
So we're still back to
Basically-
5
so-
people.
Wait a minute.
Back to 5 people.
Basically, he steps up here with us.
and
Right, right,
he's the
right. That's why I
tiebreaker.
showed you on
You're right,
that
you're
right. He's the
407.
Yep. No.
So,
All right, well, 4:36 now. You make a motion to adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
All right, What's second, all in favor?
Yes.
4:34. What time is that coming in?
406.
4:06.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Put up here.
thank you, everybody.
At this point, it's cocktail hour.
See, that's what I wrote here. 406, and then it was May 20th.